There we go. Hello, Medic. I can't pronounce the first name. And I think I'm all set up now. Hello. And Mark Anthony Show. Hello. You too. Welcome to another live Candlepin bowling stream coming to you from the world's Candlepin House, Masons, Leominster, Mass. And if you believe that, I have a Brooklyn Bridge deed that I can sell to you. We're getting lucky number 21. I think it's lucky. It's 3 times 7. And 7 is where Watch Me Suck at Bowling started. And in most cases, I will own up to this, is I can hold my own in Candlepin. Is the camera still running? Yeah, it is. It's working with the high quality one right now, so I'll let it live, and then when it dies out, I'll just go to the El Cheapo crap garbage one. Anyway, just about ready to go. Alrighty. Highlight last week was My Father Returns, and the Curse of the Father still kind of there, although the second to last game I broke my high single for Brian's bowl away. It was a 114, it's now a 123. And for those of you who don't know Candlepins, 123 is a pretty good score. Average ability according to ICBA standards and records from casual leagues, an average score is about 90, give or take 10. So 80 to 100. 100 here is an amazing feat for me to do. Let's get it going. If I get all my bowling balls out. That was one hell of a skip lob. That's an 8. That was interesting. One of my bowling balls came after me. All right, next one. I see what happened. Just behind the lob line. We gotta wait for the wood to settle down. There it is. Averted the stink frame with another 10. If I can get another 10, that's a microwave turkey dinner. That's the first I wish it was ball 2 moment. 3 10s in a row, we got ourselves what I call the microwave turkey dinner. And 7. And now the halftime report. Wow, the camera's really doing well today. We got our microwave turkey dinner, as well as an 8 and the 7. We've already passed the low with a 45. And speaking of, high single 139, not done here. Low of 44, that was done here. And my high score for this house is a 121. Yet New Palace, a much easier house, my high's a 126. And Brian's, which is another tough place but nowhere near as hard as this, is a 123. Explain that one. You 10-pin bowlers call that the rail. We here in Candlepins call that the 4 horsemen. Great shot, but welcome to Masons. Take 8. Now if I can only mark, that's another 10. saved from another stink frame. That's a, it was going to be a 4, but it's a 9. My highest single without a mark is a 92. Might happen. Might not. Perfect ball. You know what to say. Take 9. All right, I need 8 to hit 90, and without a mark, that's actually considered pretty good. Unfortunately, that means with no marks. No 90s. Still a decent score with a lousy 6 finish and a half Worcester. I want at least 6 of the 12 games to be of average ability, and there's one of them, slightly. What could have been? But we still have an 88 with no marks. Currently work at 5 guys until 2, says Chris Allen. Hello, yeah, this thing's a bit behind. No offense, you kind of second bowling. No kidding. All right. Let that fade out. Game number 2. Niner. Bowling God's middle finger for now. by to mark if I wanted one. And that is a suspicious piece of wood. Now, depending on who's behind the counter, depends on whether or not they let me go up there myself. The one who lets me go is not manning the counter, and there's a lot of kids, so I want to play it safe. If they said I could go, I would. If that certain person behind the counter was there, well, anyway. Left leg's complaining a little bit, but it's not really hurting. It's not interfering with play. And the wood apparently was not good. Lobbed that one too far. That's an 8. Yeah, good like spring.
Okay, you want me to just put it at the front of the thing?
Yeah.
There you go.
Now that's a legitimate 10. And I forgot to throw the pin down. You know what? Let's put it where we'll remember it. I don't think Pinboy will get fresh with that. For a righty, it's better that the half whistler's on the left. Wonderful 6. Seeing marks. And here's the halftime report. I'm surprised the good camera's actually holding up. Probably because I shut down a whole bunch of hoggish applications. 9-9. Although it's still stuttering. That stinks. Then the 10 helps. 42 half. And we have a new palace left. Just barely behind the line. Minor lobs I let live because it's... Hey, I suck. Spare. We all know what that means. It's time to unfreeze the video. If we hit the right button. Yeah. Well. Yep. QWERTY camera because it doesn't have problems. This phone never liked using the big one for the live stream anyway. All right. Go ahead and read. Anyway, it's time for El Stinko, the bonus ball. This thing does not like being on the charger. What will the bonus be? And once again, we need the assistance. We got a 7. All 4 are here. Frontmost piece of wood there is definitely bad. I'm working on ball number 2. Once again, he's bringing the pin. Niner, thanks again. Rolling. Seven. Not saying it'll happen, but if anyone plays the jukebox, we're pretty close to it. The mic will have to be muted. Welcome to Masons. There, now I made it go down. Alrighty. Yet another welcome to Mason's moment. Niner. All right. The sevens didn't help, although the fill wasn't too bad. That 7 didn't help, but we could afford it. 94. Hey, Masons, that's kind of like hitting 100. Game number 3. Nice 10 to start. Leg is definitely feeling better. Wouldn't have counted 7. We go from the best start to the worst score in 2 frames, which for me, even at Masons, ain't really that bad. A shot that I did that worked. There were other plenty of perfect shots I made that didn't. That time, it did. That means it's once again time for everybody's favorite bonus ball, El Stinko, the bonus ball. What will this bonus be? Great fill, but it left the middle finger. Two in a row. Guess what time it is? It's time for El Stinko, the bonus ball. Let's see what this one gives us. And there you have it. El Stinko lived up to its name with a 1. Nice recovery with an 8. Halftime report, and again for Masons, pretty good. And for hopes of 3 digits, don't get those up. Featuring El Stinko, we still have a halftime of 55. Again, the appropriate gesture for the night. Getting 100 points here, it's a rare occurrence. Yeah, you saw that, a pin slide at Masons. This is the frame where we likely kiss 100s goodbye. Especially when something like that happens. Yep, 100s are a goner, lousy 6. Two frames to get 2 to make the bottommost end of average skill. Yeah, let's just cement the suctitude itself. At least the front half prop this one up. the appropriate thing, wouldn't I? Yeah, kind of a weak second half, but with all that, and this happened. Especially that and that. Another 94. Again, for this place, not bad. There were twice I actually got 400 games here in a single outing, which is really, really odd. I'm lucky to get one in every, like, 5 or 6 visits. So about 60 games to get one. About the bare minimum, 60 to get one. All right, game number 4. Now, if you are leaving comments, the phone is known to not show everything, so I'm not intentionally alpha omega sinning you if that's happening. And there's things I just can't respond to, but everything was respondable so far. Game number 4. Niner. Averted another stink frame. Niner again. We've had weak frames, but no stinkers yet. It's very early, and it's also Masons. Funny, mostly everywhere else I play, it's really hard to get the 4 horsemen on in their own first shot. Happens a lot here. I showed the 4 horsemen who were boss. It is me. And now it our time for El Stinko, the bonus ball. What is the bonus R gonna be? There, I thought I'd round out the bad grammar section. Left the new palace left by itself with a 9. And we get the 9. Like I said, it was early, and here you go, stink frame 4. Halftime report. Not too bad, other than that, but we're at 50. That would have been a 9 anywhere else. But 8 will do. All right, salvaged an 8 out of that. Went for the easy 2 and got him. Another 8. Roundabout way for 10. trying to get my balls back. That's 8. And another halftime report, not full-time report. Nothing really impressive here, a bunch of 8s and a 10. 92 though. So no bad games yet. Game number 5. Once again, if that were only ball 2. Highway robbery there, that's a 7. Niner, kingpin remaining. Spun the wrong way, but the way the pins are so dead here, wouldn't matter. Still a 9. That's an 8, went in the gutter. Halftime report. What could have been isn't. 43. Looks like 21 is not a lucky leg. 9 again? Leave the diamond left for a lousy 6. There it is, the leaf Dave Madela says is nearly impossible, but nearly every time I record video, it happens. 4 pins standing in a 2x2 formation. Another lousy 6. That'll help. Last frame, time for El Stinko, the bonus ball. We just need 3 pins. And then if I fail on 2 or 3, we've barely squeaked into the bottom end of average. Eight's even better. It was too thin, but we were hoping. Minor lobs, like I said, we let it live, but niner. Oh, this is the second worst game. If 91's my second worst, I'm not doing too bad, especially here. Those don't help, though. I came one away from a Slayer. On this channel, Slayers when you bowl 3 6 frames in a row. That does not count fills for any marks. Speaking of, it's time for game number 6. Almost had my worst start so far and avoided that. Back on the bus and I get home and watch it to the end. Spare back in last game, barely squeaked it in. Exactly. Starting 6 with an 8. That seems to be a thing here at Mason's, the 4 horsemen. Middle finger for 9. Niner. I think the strike streak may die today. There are so many good strike balls, but Masons. Eight. Interesting 9. Halftime report. .43, and that's my second lowest score. The lowest one at half is 42. But there's more games to come. We don't know when the stinker's going to happen. Here at Mason's, it always happens at least once. I think once it did. The narrow 4 strikes again, another 6. Our friend came over. It's Bob Caleri. Hi, Bob. Well, let's see if we can make him go away. In this place, it's really hard. The left diamond got me before. How will it be this time? Ten. Believe it or not, if I hit the 3-pin on the left, that's a spare right there. But welcome to Masons. And a piece of wood's rolling around, so you gotta wait for it to stop. This looks like the low game, which really won't be too bad, especially if we get at least 3. That was an interesting way to get that. There we go, spare. All right. All that's left right now is El Stanko, the bonus ball, to wrap it up. 3 will get us right at the middle of average. Welcome to Masons, the dreaded Quarter Worcester, which this place is famous for. El Stanko lived up to its name with a 1. And with that, we tied our lowest game, which is surprising, being Masons, and how low it is. There's our lousy fill, and our 88. Again, that's the lowest score so far. And at Masons, which is impressive. Alrighty, it's halftime, so I'll be right back. I need to get the towel wet and clean the bowling balls. But the little boys' room is on the other side of the building. Alrighty, now to clean the bowling balls. They know me. All right, game 7. First start of the day, 7. There was a time at Putnam's where I had a 1 frame and got a 101, so. But then again, it's Putnam Street. See, if there weren't sandpaper on the pin decks, that would have been a 10. 9er. Perfect shot. And now it's time for everyone's favorite bonus ball, El Stinko. Let's see if this one lives up to its name, either by how many you knock down, the leave, or the pins themselves and get a strike. Narrow leaves I do not like. 5 fill is okay. The king remains for 9. This time it only took 1 ball to have those 3 stand out. Ten with authority. And here's the halftime report. Yeah, this camera does not like the good camera. It never had, it never will. I tried it anyway, so it froze. Worst thing was the fill. Other than that, a 50. Again, rarely do I get hundreds here. The fact that I got 4 the last time I was here was impressive. So, let's keep going. 50 at the half. This place was about half full, and now I'm the only one here. And worse off, half Worcester on the worst side for a right-hander. So close, but 9. Isn't it funny, the possibility that I'm not going to get a strike here and the strike streak will die? Yet the last time I was here, I got a double strike in one of the games. Yet at New Palace, I couldn't buy one. I think the building needs to be shifted a couple feet to the right. Take 8. Perfect. I'm surprised I got what I got on the first ball. It was way too full. It's once again time for El Stinko, the bonus ball. I need a 2 to make the bottom end of average. There's still two frames here. So if I got a 2 and 0 out on the last 2 balls, that would be 4, and that would get me to 81. El Stinko lived up to its name with a 3, but it got us there. 10. All right. If I can clear the plate or get a mark, I've hit 3 digits. Not very likely, but it's possible there. It's possibly there. Yeah, safe to say, no 100. You know what 3 words to say at that point, because you know that would have taken out at least, I would have at least a 7 anywhere else. You know those 3 words. That's a 5. Nonetheless, outside of that lousy fill there and that horrendous 5 ending, which could have been at least a 7 anywhere else, 95, that's the high mark. Oh, look at that. Thanks, Mr. Allen. I've just earned $1.10. I was thinking it needs to be coated with to make it more stinky. Chris, brilliant. Brilliant. Again, thanks for the $1.10. I mean, $1.11. In all seriousness. Game number 8. Oh, 7's still my worst start, just like the other game. Last game is worst start, but best finish. All right, while that wood's still wobbling slightly, a little trivia. Why do we call it the Four Horsemen versus the rail like other bowling? Because it's much harder to get. Easy enough. That's pretty much the reason. Niner. Stink frame of 4. I say it's 99.9% chance we're going to have at least one crappy, mediocre game, and this looks like it's it. Gifted a 9. Yep, this one's junk. It's a 5. And halftime, we need a mark. No, nothing else will work. The 2 9s are all that's there. Only a 34. It's not going to work. Actually, we're okay now that I looked at the math. Help. Need a mark to ensure at least the bottom end of average. Eights won't do it. Need a clean plate. I already wrote this one off. Maybe I shouldn't have. Time for a far. There she is, El Stinko Beano. With that being said, we just barely broke into acceptable range. Thanks to El Stinko not really meaning anything anyway, because we got to the very bottom. Stinko just made it slightly less painful with an 81. Still, for Masons, not bad. Stinkers do. Game number 9. I only got 3 bowling balls. Interesting way to get 10. I didn't see that one coming. I saw at least the 8. May not have been the most impressive shot, but even Pinboy liked that one. Another, I wish it was ball 2 moment, but 10. Right now, we actually have a perfect game going. In Candlepins, all you have to do is knock all 10 pins down in each frame and you get a perfect game. Like a few months ago, someone was the first in the world to get a perfect game with the lowest possible score, and that's 100. 300 is the unattainable goal. Closest anyone came to that is some guy named Sem, who I keep forgetting his first name, and Chris Sargent co-tied at 245. Niner. Thus ends the perfect game attempt. Nice recovery with 9. Takes special skill to be able to keep the ball on the lane and not hit anything. Now we're going to go for the Emily. That's 0 in ball 1 and the whole rack in 2. Didn't think a 10 would happen, but it did. And with that, that's the halftime report. Bunch of 9s and 10s. Marks would be good at 48 at the half. Seven. Yeah, the machine lost a ball. I only got 3 of them now. Lovely 5. 10. Now this one I've already written off this time because I think I'll get more than 2 pins. Operative word is think. Again, another barely acceptable game and a crappy end. Second half, there's nothing to really see. An 8 and a 10. Garbage. Couldn't afford that. And garbage. 83. So I mean, at least we had enough to keep it decent. Game number 10. I didn't think I was going to get that 10 way back either. And speaking of, let's start that number in terms of games. A reverse half Worcester right, and a piece of wood in front, but if it were in between, it would be better. Hit it dead on enough to not matter. Second best start you can have. Which means after the long drought of getting marks, it's time for El Stinko, the bonus ball. What will the bonus be this time? If the pin plate wasn't made of sandpaper, that would have been a somewhat decent El Stinko. But it's not 3. The only good thing there is we're starting with a 13. Squeak that one out. That's an 8. All right, saved another one. I am definitely missing a ball. There we go. I got My 3 of 4. Masons really loves the 4 horsemen. Eight. The lily turns into goalposts. I'm gonna have to hit that left piece. We gotta hit the wood in front on the left. Maybe we can get the wood to take out the 10. Welcome to Masons. Ten. Time for a halftime report. El Stinko lived up to its name. The rest of it wasn't too bad. We're at a 49. Yeah, I think it's safe to say the strike streak dies today. Got a mark. And we have a piece of wood that's just a little out of play. It rolled back. Anyway, it's time for El Stinko, the bonus ball, yet again. Man, this thing cannot reset. This is why, even when I was a kid and I came here, and I do remember it after my 35-year absence, is you never permanently attach the bottom board to the upper board. The bottom board is supposed to be able to hang. The top one's supposed to guide it. And you get pins left in the gutters because you do it that way. Anyway, now it's time for El Stinko. Long wait. Let's see what it gives us. It's a 6. It almost happened, though. You know it almost happened. Take a night. Oh well, it's an 8. Anywhere else. Anywhere else. I was aiming a little more to the right. I wanted to fling the pin to the 7 and the ball hit the 10. It's only 1 point anyway, so typically you don't try to be the hero, just go for the points. 8. Clean plate or a mark. Again, threatening a triple-digit score. It starts exactly the same way the triple numbered score from the last time that we had a chance happen. Seven. All right. Nines, eights, and that 7. 97. 2 or more games that try to make a strikeout. I think it's dead. Especially the, and I use this term in a very oxymoronic way, or ironic should be actually a thing, is pin action. Barely stayed on and squeaked us with a mess 7 start. nice shot for the spare. Yes, Chris. And good afternoon, Watson. Where do most people aim in Candlepin? Are you looking straight at the pins, arrows, or the lane? It varies. Sometimes, depending on my approach and how early or late I am, it's either the arrows. I try to look at the pins, though. Most of the time, that's where it goes, or somewhere in between. I have an imaginary line drawn, so as long as I'm looking at that line and it goes there. Anyway. Even the pros will tell you they try to look at the pins, and sometimes they just can't. No problem, Walker, although for tips, this is not the person to go for. Time for El Stinko, the bonus ball. Let's see what this gets us. Since I can actually throw the ball a little bit faster now, these little off to the side shots, sometimes even here, yield things like an 8. Favorable spare, but let's see, you know who's shooting at it, but that doesn't mean it can't happen. Like I said, look who shot at it. For the 9. Only ball 2 yet again. 10. Four frames, I already tied my low score of 44. They actually have a back mechanics area past the pin setters. So somewhere in there is my 4th ball. That last one didn't want to fall, did it? Halftime report. Streak is still dead. 7's the worst thing that happened. A third 10 like we got in game 1. We get ourselves the microwave turkey dinner. We are at 54. Again, 100. As I know I repeat myself for those of you watching this, but people jump in and on and off the stream, so 100 here, very hard to get. Takes like about 60 games to get one. No frozen microwave zapped by radiation. That's a 7. We can afford the 7. I did not see the 9 pin. We had a first half Worcester over there. Thought I got the 10, but I didn't. All right, 3 frames to get a lousy 3 pins to make minimal acceptance. We need everything cleared or marked with decent fills and decent anything after that for a 3-digit score. So in other words, that probably won't happen. Middle digit again. Just need 1 and 2 frames. For minimal acceptance, we need a mark to make 3 digits. Woolworth with favorable wood. I think if I hit the wood on the left, it's possible. Or do my patented miss everything. I cannot say I wish I was a ball 2 moment. The piece of wood that was there might have affected the outcome. 10. Yeah, that was close. All right. So close, yet painfully so close and so far away. 7, 9, 9, 10, 9. Oh, that's a 98. I typically don't do this, but I made an 8-9. I think I did a good job turning that 9 into an 8. All right. All I need is a 80 or better and a rarity here at Mason's in spite of the strike streak dying. No stinkers. But we need to get through this last game. Tens out. Really don't have any balls. Eight. Again, too full. Nine. At least you can see I hit the head pin a little more often. Take another 9. I know if I went for the 4 pin and flung the wood, I could have probably had a spare, but I'm looking for safety in numbers this time. That's me not aiming too well. 9. Those of you who say I don't suck, look at those whiffs that I take. All right, we're doing pretty good. We're at 45. Right smack dab in the middle of averageability. Looks like the strike streak is dead. But if we can get this 80 or above, it still was a good out. And now only 2 balls came back. There's 3. The 4th one's in the back somewhere. Look who came to ruin the party. It's our friend Bob. Hi, Bob. Let's try and say bye, Bob. Almost. Nine again. Nines are good. They help it along. 8s maintain. 10s and marks are even better. And 7. Niner. And no balls. Oh, here comes one. Just behind the lot line. 10. It's official. The strike streak is dead. I know we got 1 frame. But it's also official, and a very, very big rarity here at Mason's. Not a single stinker on the score sheet, which I consider more important. Told you it was dead. All right, game's over. We have to just make the fill. And I was just thinking, wouldn't it be funny if I got a spare and my very last ball was the strike? I highly doubt it. but we're at the middle of average. Stick a fork in it. The patient's dead. The strike streak has died. In the house where everyone would think it would happen, and it did. Nice 6 fill though. And it was a good run nonetheless. Yeah, 3 of my balls are here. And the streak has died. I got a 96. So no stinkers on the sheet. That's the good thing. The bad thing is no strikes. It has died. So the palace is where I can revive it. Game 1. The low, no, that's not the low mark. 88, 94, 94 again, 92, 91, 88, 95. The low water mark, 81, 83, 97, a 98, and 96. For Masons, that's pretty damn good. Too bad the strike streak has officially died. So that'll be it for live Candlepin bowling and Masons. Yeah, one of my balls is missing. I gotta go up front and have them look for it. It's somewhere in the back. It's not the first time it's happened, and it's always happened on this side of the building. George F551 say, hope you enjoyed and have a good one. And to come to think of it, I think it was this lane that it does it quite frequently. Have a good one.